All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the NFC champions, the New York Giants. After all the talk, it's time for football, and here we go. Super Bowl 55 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready? 50, play. I don't think you got it,
They'll run on first down. Benjamin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On second down, Benjamin. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Giants, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Check, check. Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1 Mike. Gotta do better.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 47 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. Benjamin's got it. Give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Now Jones eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Watson is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 39 that time.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Kill. Check out, read. 54. 54. 29 is Mike 29. Pick it up, guys.
From the red zone now, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Texans 7, Giants 0.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now Johnson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that...
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans push further out in front.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
He's crashing. He's checking.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Jones throwing on first down. Completes it to Benjamin. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This ball complete. Jones to Ingram. And fighting down inside the 25. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Jones heading up here, 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Going to give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They give to Johnson going right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 2 minutes remain in this opening half of Super Bowl 55. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132 and a half. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Watson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Watson now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. Rosa's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here in Super Bowl 55. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams ready after the halftime spectacle, and we are back underway in Super Bowl 55. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
There goes Duke Johnson. 20. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Jones now operating from the gun. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Back to throw. Jones. And the pressure gets to him again.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
Hey.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Benjamin with it over the middle. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Johnson. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Here's Watson to throw on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Undercut.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Watson throwing quickly to Hopkins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. On 2nd down, Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
What is that? Good trap. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They go to Johnson again. The 20. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Switch.
Hey, 31!
Watson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Dayon Buchanan gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw is Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
41 Mike. 41 Mike.
Get ready.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones buying time to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Zach Cunningham on the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. Got a man, Slayton. That one good for 24 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, wahoo!
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
55, Mike.
Yo, go, go.
Watch the slant. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Go.
Jones going to throw again. He's going to float this over the middle deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. That they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Johnson. And Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
It's just me and you.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
We got 4. Watch the eye.
They'll keep it on the ground. Moss, and he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line. Quit talking about it.
On first down, it's Moss. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
is Mike. Mike 29. Get him. Get him. Get him. 29 is Mike. Mike 29.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Texans on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go. Jump.
They'll keep it on the ground. Moss. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Watson completes it to Ajayi. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Watch the screen.
Jones now to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him.
Get wide. Shift.
Ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. That is likely the final play of this game, and no better feeling, I would imagine, than taking a knee to wrap up the Super Bowl.
Culminates everything. The championship is theirs. And just think, the last play they had in practice before this game began was doing this, practicing taking a knee and winning a Super Bowl.
And they get to do just that. And the Lone Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.